free. If you want to see an additional 5-minute preview of this next Ultra Vegito episode for free, just sign up to my manga newsletter, mangaletter.com, using the links in the description or pinned comment, and simply enter an active email and your name, and it will be with you instantly after for free. So make sure to check your spam, junk, or other folder if you don't see it. This is a treat for every one of you who cannot afford the Patreon, so enjoy.
What? Die! What the hell happened to you?
And as the scene would swiftly transition to the God Killer, that same look, like father, like son, would also be on Vegito. And ironically, due to another angel, and fittingly, the father of Whis. As Vegito, looking on at Dai's out-of-nowhere transformation and return to greatness, would let out...
That armor! This energy! When did you get this strong, Dai? If you had this before, back when Zeno was here, I'd be...
You'd be dead already, Vegito. Yes. As in all his divine glory and presence, Archangel Dai would levitate slowly forward, his platinum armor glistening away as he would continue. But fear not, for now, I am on your side. The side against these demonic creatures, the worst of which stands before us in my mother. No, my enemy Ranni. This power is not something I thought ever possible, not even with training. But it is something I have always known existed. A slice of the power of the angels that came before. Acobel and Castiel! I sense they are watching what is happening and interfering, Vegito. But I will use this power wisely. What? Acobel? How dare a worthless runt like you claim any similarity to those two? Just what do you even think you're doing? You can't even die properly! As the Demon Emperor, in her classic condescending way, once realizing it is just her son, would completely end her panic, back to insulting him before. And how dare you call me Ranni! I am mother to you, and only that! And with a deep roar, back to scolding her son like a slave owner. Not too dissimilar, it seems, to Lucif with Whis. Get back down! As just like that, Ranni would attack her so-called son once again, swiftly firing off in her partial devil transformation a death beam. And as the beam would shoot out straight and with speed greater than anything Frieza himself had ever fired, Dai, strangely, would just continue to levitate forward at the same speed. The beam getting closer and closer before it would be near point-blank range with Dai's face. Yet the Archangel would simply have no change in expression. But not even an Archangel could dodge a beam that close, as eventually it would make impact straight on the chin of Dai, smacking his neck and head backwards violently as the energy of the beam would burst in a circular arrangement of energy.
Ouch! Now I know that had to hurt!
As funnily, an empathetic Vegito in the background would grab his head with an almost concerned look, knowing all too well what a beam to the face would feel like. See, God Killer? Even you know this poor excuse for my spawn will always be a failure. As the horrid mother of angels would be seen with a gleeful smile, still pointing her finger forward, full of confidence, continuing, all that talk, all that nonsense and that ugly armor, just to be stopped so easily. The same story as always, die.
Now hold on. I said it must have hurt. I didn't say it stopped him, hag.
As Vegito, now smiling, would stare forward at Dai, as if he knew something we didn't. As in the very next panel, when we would see Dai still smoking chin, it would clearly be seen having hit his archangel armor and nothing more. And with Dai still standing and not falling at all. Ranni! I am not your son, but I will be your executioner! As suddenly lifting back his head to stare forward with the coldest of countenances, Dai would emerge unfazed and still dead set on ending the life of the one who created his. You can't survive that, Dai! You're weak! You're no Lucid! But before the stunned mother could even finish her sentence, as her energy ball on the tip of her finger would have begun to reduce in size, in that very instant she would let her guard down. A gigantic pain would strike her below, as spit would force its way out from the winding.
What speed! My eyes couldn't keep up with him!
As once we would see that the attack had come instantaneously from Dai, with a punch right in the mother's gut, the first finger he had ever laid on her. Even the God Killer in the background would marvel at Dai's proficiency. Immediately sending the final Demon Emperor far off into the distance, as Dai would remain solid as a statue standing.
That was good, Dai. Really good.
As Vegito, visibly impressed with his former foe, would just close his eyes with a smile, before immediately walking over and grabbing onto Dai's outstretched hand, adding,
I guess I can really leave this to you then. Don't let me down. You've got this, Mr. Daishinkan.
As quickly manipulating Dai's own arm to fist bump him in a classic scene, the God Killer would seemingly pass on the mantle and the joy of finishing the final Demon Emperor to the final boss of Season 1. As Dai, accepting it all, would just respond,
And if you want more, the next video is already up live on my Patreon right now for over 4,500 plus incredible patrons who are getting early access episodes for life, as well as actively seeing hidden Ultra Vegito content. And if you want that too, head to my Patreon to see the full next video and see just what insane turn of events happens next in yet another very long episode. So join now and talk to me. Links are in the description and pinned comment.